Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
You can often tell a lot at this stage from a match by the break-off shot. What sort of break-off you're going to see on the other table. Basically get them open as quickly as possible.
Foul.
I don't think we'll be seeing any of that here.
It's funny actually, Ronnie, he's a bit old school in many ways.
Stance and technique. His principles were absolutely correct. Fundamentals in terms of technique, utterly right. Way off. It's awkward when you've had a bit of focus.
1.
Home tonight. Oh, well, that's incredible.
Foul.
Brown's gone in. Imagine trying to do
1
that.
Ronnie O'Sullivan. 5.
From it. Didn't happen. Real harm done. That's another mistake, I think, from Ali. Won't be able to get through to this red. Black.
One.
All the money, I'm guessing, but chose to come. It's another chance to play. He's missed that blue.
Ronnie O'Sullivan. 1.
Often said he picks and chooses his events, but he.
I think from a ranking point, the world's top 16, every point, every match that he plays is important to him.
I do think as well, you know, that they do have a memories fresh of this one.
1.
Well, O'Sullivan. I like to see rivalries. They are rivals, these guys. It's quite a few other players at an event like this, but all sports need
9.
these media and with snooker fans.
16.
Just think though, Ronnie, these days as he gets older,
17.
George is running. It's more philosophical, I think, these days, and I don't think quite so heavily balanced on the O'Sullivan side of things.
The actual meetings between them, O'Sullivan has won almost all of them. Obviously, the one people remember recently was at the Crucible.
33.
I think O'Sullivan being on the table.
40. 41.
Positional shot.
47.
It's hard to see him breaking down here. Could play a delicate cannon into the pink and red here if he wished. But the red goes anyway, so there wasn't any need for that. Best.
55.
This black, red in colour. What he needs.
62. 63.
Yes, of course, he has played quite a bit of snooker actually since. So it's not that Q hasn't been out at all.
71. 78.
Tournaments with a lot of respect. Does put the time in, but some days he
79.
says he'll do an hour, half an hour, a couple of days afterwards. Very, very hard to keep putting the hours in, especially when you've been a professional for
84.
31 years and given your whole life to the sport.
I think he does more than people
85.
realise, though. I've seen him at all sorts of tournaments, you know, his head down. But yeah, I mean, when it's hard to keep going. I think that was Stephen Hendry's issue in the end. When he retired, he just didn't enjoy spending all day in the club anymore.
92. 93.
Make hopefully this century if the black goes in, and in it goes. Well, regardless of the position in the group, and of course he can't win it, a Ronnie O'Sullivan special viewing.
102.
Which now stands at 1,171.
105. 100. 120.
Well, it's been a wonderful break, it really has. What about that?
127.
Clearance of 127. O'Sullivan, the lovely 127 clearance there in frame one.
Ali Carter to break.
Expected still to figure. Plenty of times as he knocks in that red.
1.
On tables. The fact that we did feel that down the cushion left corner. The
9.
red that's next to the black will also plot into the left corner.
15.
It's either one to this red goes, and it must do. This frame could be over fairly quickly.
23.
Didn't have to, but I'm a little surprised. I think he'd have had a better.
31.
Yeah, I was talking about the head-to-head. If you count every match played in all tournaments, big and small.
36.
Team ball finals. It's an incredible head-to-head record.
Yeah, well, of course, they're 2 of the 19. And, of course, he did beat him at the Crucible, as I mentioned, but
40.
a lot of other meetings down the years as well in various tournaments.
Some of Ronnie's performances are astonishing. Absolutely annihilated Ricky Walden. Something I've never seen before.
He's lost his way there, so just accepting.
Ronnie O'Sullivan,
Safety.
48.
Yes, 30 years into his career, as we saw at the Crucible this year. '17, so a few years' time he could well hold both. As he knocks that one in.
1. 4.
Ronnie performed this way in some of his earlier matches.
5.
First match in a bit. Haven't won any of those 5 frames. It's thick frame to finally get one on the board.
12.
That's the thing, though, of course, there's no real pressure in this match, so it's sort of it's going to be 2-0.
20. 21.
Just missed the cannon there, Ronnie. I always marvel, you know, at his fluency. It reminds me very much of a concert violinist. It's just beautifully
28.
fluent.
Well, in off, so
Ronnie
end of
O'Sullivan,
break. Ali
28,
Carter stays in his
4.
seat.
Ali Carter.
Ronnie O'Sullivan
Frame conceded. Frame
leads
Ronnie
2-0.
O'Sullivan.
Remember, he needs one more for the 3 points to Johnny's second. So Pang's coming back on Friday. And tomorrow we've got our last 2 groups to decide the final 8 in this year's Bet Victor Championship League. It's been a long tournament, this. It's
Easiest pot. Good. Goodness me,
1.
he's playing well. Oh, if he's not. Again, just beautifully timed. Go for the red that's near the black spot. Also, that will
5.
cross into the opposite corner. He has the angle to play for it.
6.
Okay, still.
14.
Again, just beautifully judged. It's than anybody else has.
$19.
Yes, he was the king of the 80s. So Ronnie's dad went over and said, "Hi boys at the snooker." Anyway, he posed for a picture with young Ronnie, which you see, it's online.
27.
And here we are, all these years later. O'Sullivan's gone past Davis's tally of world titles with 7 and equalled Stephen Hendry.
I think
35.
It's amazing that one day you turn professional yourself and you're playing them all. Steve Davis and Terry Griffiths and all of these guys. I've been practicing with him as an amateur.
Well, I know this doesn't work for anyone watching, but I'm now going to show Dominic the
43.
picture.
Fantastic. Look at that. Look at Ronnie. Steve sitting down and Ronnie standing up, and they're head high with
50.
each other.
Well, of course, the Chinese guys who are here, they all adore him, actually, although it didn't stop stop the two of them beating him today.
58.
What you can do, and O'Sullivan's done that in the last match. Not quite there yet, though. Needed another red and a colour. So not quite done yet.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 66.
Another legend, Jimmy White.
Thank you very much, Dave. I'm always looking forward to playing Jimmy. It's always a great honour to play somebody that influenced. .66 behind. It's a chance to get back in the frame if it goes in. To be, where's the cue ball? It might be better having
Foul.
gone in off.
4.
So it's not the end.
Apart
One.
from that tricky red that's near the left-hand side cushion, I'd almost fancy to clear up from here. On the red that's near the right centre as a guarantee.
7. Fifth.
Red now is becoming more isolated. The left-hand side cushion, so I think Ali will either
22.
have to try and bring it into play. Natalie. Give himself a double on it,
23.
perhaps. Choices to be made. He can play for the blue into the left centre or
30.
screw back for the black.
31.
Certainly has an angle here to bring it into play. But he's chosen to leave the double.
Finished third in the table. Well, first things first, needed to win this
Harry
frame.
Carter,
Red's not in,
38.
and again, O'Sullivan. Can he, though, finally win a match? Not yet. Well, he needs at least a blue, doesn't he? He's 32 behind. That, surely that. Carter getting ready maybe to concede. Well, he's going to let him play it out.
1.
So, of course, there wasn't that much on the match other than who was going to finish third and fourth, which for these two, I guess, is not what they came here today to be thinking about. They wanted to win the group, but the group, like the week really, been dominated by Chinese players. Pang Zhengzhu has won it. Yuan Xijun has finished second. Ronnie O'Sullivan, the Championship League ends here today.
13. 17.
Well, we saw a bit of
22.
O'Sullivan magic in frame one, the 127.
28.
Well, all smiles at the end of the day, but
35.
it is, of
Final
course, Pang
match.
Zhengzhu who's won the
Ronnie
group.
O'Sullivan.
O'Sullivan beats Carter 3-0. 2 wins and a draw. Yuan Xijun in second position, O'Sullivan third, and Ali Carter fourth. And table 2, Jia Tong, of course,